Hello, I'm Dr. Jack Wolfson, board-certified cardiologist at Natural Heart Doctor, your home for the 100-year heart. You are watching another episode of Ask Me Anything, where listeners get to ask me anything they want about cardiovascular disease. We do this on the last Wednesday of every month, so save up your questions, join us live, or you can watch the review here. Ask Me Anything. Don't forget, if you love this information, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hello, everyone. Dr. Jack Wolfson, cardiologist at Natural Heart Doctor. Welcome to another edition of Ask Me Anything. Great to see everyone here tonight on this Facebook Live. Now is your opportunity for a second opinion, second consultation. Again, ask me anything you want about heart health, anything about pharmaceuticals, anything about prevention, any particular condition, any issues maybe you're having with your physician. We are here to help. So jump into the comment section and ask me anything. So, when it comes to questions that have been asked, to us, there are people who have sent in questions. And Angela Mohan asked about, can you lower Lp(a)? I was told by my doctor and functional doc, no, but I just did. So, but again, so they're confused. So, Angela, when it comes to Lp(a), there are definitely natural treatment strategies that people can use, and one of which is time-release niacin. Time-release niacin is proven time and time and again to lower Lp(a) by 25 to 30%. Lp(a) is a significant cardiovascular risk marker. It's not something we want to have a lot of. The pharmaceutical companies know this is an issue. They've developed pharmaceutical products to help lower that down. They work for that. The question is, do they meaningfully change outcomes? Do people live longer, less heart attacks, strokes? Time will tell about those. But if we can do it naturally, following the philosophy of eat well, live well, think well, and using time-release niacin, sometimes berberine can be useful, optilipid can be useful. Those are our strategies for Lp(a). So thank you so much for asking that question. Our philosophy at Natural Heart Doctor is eat well, live well, think well. So let's break that down real quickly for everyone. Eat well means organic food, wild seafood, nose to tail, grass-fed, grass-finished animal products, and gluten-free. That's pretty much our starters right there. When we talk about live well, we want to make sure we get appropriate sunshine, appropriate sleep. We want to avoid environmental chemicals and pollutants. We want to be physically active. We want to make sure that we see a doctor of chiropractic. And we also want to make sure that we take care of our teeth. Dental health is penultimate when it comes to health and wellness. And then we also think well. So we want to make sure that we get the stress out of our lives and, again, just be at our best when we are, trying to reduce and eliminate anger, anxiety, stress, depression, so on and so forth. So that is the eat well, live well, think well philosophy. After eat well, live well, think well, we do test, don't guess. We do the most advanced testing in the world to make sure that we are finding out the results that will allow us to dial in whether it's the eat well, live well, think well philosophy or evidence-based supplements. So test, don't guess. We do level 1 through level 4 testing. Each one has a purpose. It's a fantastic investment in your health for those particular tests when you're trying for the best in health and wellness. So again, thank you so much all for being here. Natural Heart Doctor live, Ask Me Anything on this wonderful, beautiful Wednesday night here in Colorado. I hope everything is fantastic where you are in your world. Now, George Burkaw asked, what dosage is the alternative to Eliquis? I currently take 5 milligrams 2 times a day. So the question really is, are there alternatives to Eliquis? Well, there are, but we have to figure out why you're taking the Eliquis. That's the most important thing. Why are you taking the Eliquis? Is it because you've had a stroke? Is it because you've had atrial fibrillation? Is it because you've had a DVT or pulmonary embolism? So what is the reason why you take Eliquis? And that'll help us to determine if you can safely and effectively get off of any anticoagulant or blood thinner, if you will. We have to know why you're taking it, and then we decide, can we come up with strategies that can reduce the risk of having another stroke or blood clot or whatever it may be. And certainly as we put people through the Eat Well, Live Well, Think Well program, we test, don't guess, and we use evidence-based supplements. My favorites for anticoagulation are Aterosil and our product Flow. So we use Aterosil and Flow, and we get fantastic results with those, along with, again, the Eat Well, Live Well, Think Well, and then replacing nutritional deficiencies, acting on the blood tests that show us that there's environmental chemicals and pollutants and mold mycotoxins. That's the strategy to get off of Eliquis and other blood thinners. So thank you so much for that question. Other questions, Beverly Conaway She's asking about Prinzmetal Angina. So when we talk about Prinzmetal angina means a spastic blood vessel kind of a collapse or spasms that can lead to chest discomfort. It's very commonly seen in men versus women. And again, if we follow the Eat Well, Live Well, Think Well philosophy, we will do fantastically. We want to do strategies that prevent that blood vessel from collapsing. So again, stress will make the blood vessel collapse or spasm. Environmental toxins will. Bad food will. Lack of sunshine, lack of sleep will. Lack of physical activity will. And then nutritional supplements can be helpful after we do the test, don't guess. But nutritional supplements for Prinzmetal angina include nitric oxide boosters like our Heartbeat and our vessel support, those two in combination. Certainly magnesium products, potassium products also have a role in that arena. And then again, our Aterosil is a wonderful product to add in to the program instead of using some kind of pharmaceutical. So, Beverly, you're talking about calcium channel blockers. Magnesium is a natural calcium channel blocker. Vitamin D is a natural calcium channel blocker. You talk about isosorbide, and the isosorbide is a long-acting nitroglycerin-based product. Well, why not use natural nitric oxide boosters like we find in our Heartbeat and vessel support? So thank you so much for that question. All right, we're having a great time on this Facebook Live. I appreciate all of you being here, and again, it's very exciting to me to answer these questions. You can tell that I'm passionate about answering these questions and love doing it. So thank you again for tuning in. And another question that commonly gets asked, people with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. I've seen a lot of people with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So the question is, can we assist hypertrophic cardiomyopathy patients naturally? And the answer certainly is yes, because there's a reason why the hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is there. Sometimes it is genetic related, but there are natural treatment solutions to be able to help people reduce or eliminate pharmaceuticals, live a longer life, reduce the chances of arrhythmia, reduce the chances of heart failure, reduce the chances of symptoms. And that's what we do here at Natural Heart Doctor. So for those people with hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, we follow the Eat Well, Live Well, Think Well program. And then we do test, don't guess. I want to see your intracellular vitamins and minerals. I want to see the markers of inflammation and oxidative stress. I want to see thyroid and blood sugar. I want to know things like glutathione, CoQ10, omega-3s. I want to know if you're being intoxicated from metals, mold mycotoxins, and environmental toxins. And then we come up with a strategy to improve all those things. I just got off the phone today with a person who does have a form of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and her echocardiogram compared to a year ago looks better, about 30% better in that particular marker that we looked at, which is the most important marker for her. So that was fantastic. So there are natural treatment solutions to help to prevent, treat, and reverse cardiovascular disease, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, to, at the very least, to reduce or eliminate pharmaceuticals while you live your best life. So thank you so much for that particular question, Mike. Susie Daggett is in the house. Susie, great to see you here. So Susie has a question: can low thyroid cause palpitations? And the answer is yes. Thyroid disorders can definitely lead to palpitations, whether it's an underactive thyroid or it's an overactive thyroid. The answer is yes. We have to find the perfect thyroid level for you. Now, thyroid health starts again with our eat well, live well, think well philosophy. We eat the right foods, we get rid of the environmental toxins, we get our sunshine, our sleep, all these things that help to support thyroid health, and then ultimately we keep the stress out of our lives. And when we do that, we tend to reduce the autoimmune attack on the thyroid. So things like Hashimoto's, Graves' disease, those are all related to thyroid. And so we need to reduce the autoimmune attack on that thyroid. And then with all the testing that we do, and then come up with some natural supplements, even like our product Thyroid Kick has been very good to help people with thyroid disorders. Sometimes we need to reach into the glandular thyroids, like Almer thyroid or nature thyroid, but we can definitely help support anybody with thyroid issues, and again, it can definitely lead to palpitations. Now, there's a lot of different causes of palpitations, and they can be related to food, they can be related to stress, they can be related to lifestyle. So we need to find out what the cause is of the palpitations, and then we do the test, don't guess. Is it a low magnesium level? Is it a low potassium level? Is it a low omega-3 level? Is it some other nutrient, some other mineral deficiency? Is it an excess of environmental toxins? Is it from leaky gut, where now we're having this autoimmune stimulation of the thyroid itself, leading to leading to stimulation of the heart in the case of anti-actin antibodies. So we want to make sure that for everyone with palpitations, we find the cause. When we find the cause, we will have the cure, and you will get rid of your thyroid issues. We've been very, very successful, with that and getting rid of palpitations as well, for sure. So thank you again so much there. Carol McCarty is asking, can binders be used when on antiplatelets after a stent? So I would say that when someone receives a stent, on average they're going to be on the antiplatelets like Plavix or clopidogrel, for example, Brilinta and others. They will be on that for 3 to 6 months. And probably the best scenario is to take binders away from pharmaceuticals, and certainly binders can be taken away from supplements as well. So binders are I take my binders at night before I go to bed. Binders can also be taken in the morning on an empty stomach as well. So multiple different options when binders. So I guess to answer your question, you can take binders on the antiplatelet after a stent, but you should take the binders at a different time than you take your pharmaceuticals. So thank you again for that question. All right, so Elaine Benson Thomas is a chronically low heart rate of concern, always below 60, usually around 53 years, and I'm not athletic. So, Elaine, what I would say to you is that whoever built us, call that person God, call that person evolution, whatever you choose. Maybe we've only been given so many heartbeats, and let's not waste them. So probably the lower the heart rate where you still feel good, the better off you are. So that being said, again, if your heart rate is 50 to 60 and you feel fine, you're not lightheaded, you're not fatigued, you're not short of breath with activity, that number is probably okay. Ideally, your heart rate would accelerate appropriately with physical activity. If it doesn't, then that's what's called chronotropic incompetence. And what we specialize in at Natural Heart Doctor is not installing pacemakers into people with low heart rates. It's to figure out why they have low heart rates. So again, we do the most advanced testing in the world. We make sure that the nutrition, the lifestyle, and the mental health and emotional wellness is exactly where it needs to be, and that's our strategy to avoid pacemakers and make sure you are feeling at your best. So thank you so much for that question. These are wonderful questions. I love answering questions. I'm Dr. Jack Wolfson, cardiologist. The new office is open in Scottsdale. Myself, Dr. Lauren Latanza, Ashley Swanson, Christina Flint, Laura Hill, Allie Richmond, Nylea Holden, all of the people at Natural Heart Doctor, and not to neglect the people over in our operations area, Chuck Bond and his team Jenny and Chuck's son Chance, who's in the business, and other associated affiliated family members, and all of the people in the marketing division at Natural Heart Doctor. We welcome you to the new location. We've got several people who help us with marketing, because marketing is the way that I can get my message to people like you who need it. I need you. I feel that you need me. We need each other in order to be able to have a partnership here. Again, I hear this a lot of times from patients. Thank you so much for what you do, and I just return back. Thank you for the acknowledgement, but I also acknowledge you, because if it's not for people like you that were listening to this message at Natural Heart Doctor, that were interested in natural health and wellness, well, I would be speaking to no one. So again, I appreciate all of you, being on and listening to this as well. So, this has been a fantastic episode of Ask Me Anything. Don't forget, tell your friends, tell your family, share the information about Natural Heart Doctor. Get them in our group. That's how we're going to change the world. That's how we're going to make a difference. And again, I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Don't forget, you can always email your questions in, health@Natural Heart Doctor. And, wishing you your best in health and wellness on your path to the 100-year heart. We'll see you next time. I hope you liked this episode of Ask Me Anything. I sure did. I love answering these questions. Please join us on the last Wednesday of every month for Ask Me Anything. I'll answer all those questions about cardiovascular disease. So like, share, subscribe to our channel, and you'll continue to get the best heart health information. Thank you, and enjoy your path to the 100-year heart.